Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing weekend. There is rain on the way. I am recording this on a Wednesday. If I look tired, it's because I've been busy this week already. We worked on Sunday, we worked on Monday, we worked on Tuesday. It's Wednesday today. We filmed a fairly long video giving you an update on the truck, which should drop next week. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. And I think I'd quite like to take some time off, but I'm not going to get to do that because everything electric is coming and we're like pedal to the metal, as the saying goes. And today I want to talk to you about something that has been marinating in my mind for a while. I've just come off another press launch event in which I drove another pretty expensive car. I'm not allowed to say anything about the driving experience of that vehicle. I'm not allowed to say anything for about 2 weeks, unfortunately. So that video is coming. I'm sure you will enjoy it when it drops. But I was thinking quite a lot and talking to other journalists while I was there about what buyers actually look for in an EV. And I think it's important as a journalist, excuse me, there's a horsefly flying around. As a journalist, I feel it's really important to remember what average buyers really want in a car. And based on some conversations I had with other journalists and also other industry insiders at the event, I got the impression that some of us do forget what regular consumers look for in an EV. And so today, I want to ask you what your top priority for an EV is, because I think a lot of automakers across the board seem to think that what people want more than anything else is a massive battery pack, a massive range per charge, and then somewhere on the list, a huge amount of onboard technology, like the latest and greatest in onboard technology. I think automakers also feel that people want, to be able to charge their car in a ridiculously fast time. And things like cost and things like practicality and load carrying and towing and all that other stuff very often go out the window. Not so much with European brands, but I think sometimes with American brands. And so I want to know from you today, really, if you had to whittle down your choices of vehicles, what would be your top concern? Is it, I need to be able to afford it, which I think it is for a lot of people? Is it, I need to like how the car drives and performs, whether I want to have snappy acceleration, I want to have great handling? Is it, I need my mother to be able to enjoy sitting in the back, not get travel sick? Is it, I want to be able to easily carry my kids and my dogs at the same time without, picking one or the other? Is it that you want to be able to tow a caravan or a small trailer? I'd love to know what your individual priorities are, because I have a suspicion that most people have one or two things that are going to pop up fairly near the top of their list. But I feel also that automakers don't necessarily get that right. And I've been thinking a lot about market research and focus groups, and the type of people who end up doing focus groups might not be the type of people who actually end up buying the car. And automakers end up with a false data set of what their consumers actually want. And I wonder if it helps to explain why we've seen cars come to market in the last 10 years that automakers have been really absolutely determined to sell, and consumers have turned around and gone, yeah, no. So help me build a more accurate list. I don't mind if you're already an EV driver. Maybe you've already bought your EV. Maybe you're not in the market for an EV right now. Or maybe you haven't bought an EV yet and you don't think that you're going to be able to for some time because of cost concerns or just life. I would love to know where on your priority list things fit. I'm being eaten alive by flies because of the humidity right now. I do apologize. I would love to know, if you had to pick just one or two things that your next vehicle absolutely met, what would it be? Personally, price and practicality are the top of my list. I need a vehicle that actually does the things that I need it to do on an everyday basis, i.e. for my F-150 Lightning pickup truck, the reason we bought it was it could tow and it could haul everything we needed it to. It was drivable on an everyday basis. It was practical on an everyday basis. But affordability is also a big thing. I was lucky when we bought our second F-150 Lightning after the first one was destroyed. We had dropped down to 1 car payment instead of 2, and so we were able to make the financing work better. And obviously all of the incentives and discounts that were being offered at the time helped compound the savings. And that was a big thing for me. You know, if this truck was more expensive than it actually was, I wouldn't be able to buy it. We actually had to stretch ourselves a little bit to be able to afford it. But I know other people are like, no, I don't care what the price is. I just need to be able to spend 20 minutes charging and no more. Or I want it to be able to drive itself. That's my big thing. So leave me your thoughts in the comments below. I know we've talked about this before. We have talked about this very subject before. But I'm a great believer that it's important to come back to topics and reevaluate them, because over time, the vehicles in the marketplace change and our approach to things changes. I know 5-10 years ago, this truck wouldn't have been a good choice for us. We lived in a rented townhouse in in the suburbs of Portland. It wouldn't have fit in the garage. It wouldn't have fitted on the driveway. We couldn't have easily charged it quickly. The charging station we had at that apartment was, I think it was limited to like 5 kilowatts or 6 kilowatts. It wasn't even a full 6 kilowatts. It was like just under 6 kilowatts, which would have made charging this after a long road trip really laborious. It wouldn't have made sense for us. We needed a small, affordable family hatchback. We had a Leaf, we had the Bolt, and they suited us well. And obviously previously to that, we had the RAV4 EV. So as people's opinions change, as their needs change, their priorities change, their top priorities will change too. So maybe if you answered me in a previous video on this topic, tell me if your priorities have changed or if they're still the same. I'll be back next week as usual with another Sunday musing. And then things get a little interesting because we're going to be heading off to Vancouver, BC for Everything Electric. If you haven't got tickets yet, you can go to the link in the description and buy your tickets today. If you use that link and then you use the code TRANSPORTEVOLVED at checkout, you'll get 20% off tickets and we will get the remaining 80% of the proceeds of that sale. So you'll help us out too, because going to that event has proven quite pricey. So the more people who buy tickets, the better it is for us, the easier it is for us to be able to afford to go to events like Everything Electric and also other events in the future. See you next week. Thanks for joining me today. And if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them below in our Discord chat room, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of more than the 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. And if you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers you can sign up for from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just under $11 a year. A huge welcome to our newest supporters: Olke Ward, John Le Pouvard, World's Tallest Hobbit, John Hendricks, John Franks, Bill Lascelle, Bill Warren, Brian Curry, Amory Wong, Chris Foon, Stephen Tidy, Christian H, Mike Cooper, Casey Chapin, James Carter, Sam Yates, Kai Preshaw, Michael Ball, John Dunlop, Christian Ramusen, Matt Bullock, Karen and Jude, Mike Whirl, and Daniel. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have an old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at. Address also below. And if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below too. This month we've got a new special t-shirt just for our trip to Everything Electric in Canada next month. There's still just enough time to buy one before the event, and if you wear it to the show, you might get a special something from us. We've got some great content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we think that this one is also well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving.